When I was pregnant with my first child, I thought I was ready for all the changes my body would go through. Morning sickness, mood swings, and of course the surprising feelings as my body started changing day by day. But what I wasn't prepared for was being diagnosed with gestational diabetes. When the doctor called me to inform me that I showed signs of gestational diabetes, I felt confused and scared. I had no idea what to do, and I was worried about how this condition would affect my health and the baby's. The doctor told me that I needed to change my diet and start closely monitoring my blood sugar levels. For me, the question was, how do I change my diet when I've never had to face this before? The feeling of being lost was hard to describe. I was someone who loved sugary foods, fast food, and often skipped breakfast. And now I had to completely change my eating habits. After that call, I decided to learn about gestational diabetes and its effects. I started reading materials, seeking advice from other women who had been through it, and most importantly, I made a commitment to change my eating habits. Honestly, the first step wasn't easy, but I decided not to give up. I recalled the doctor's words. Diet is key. I began planning my meals, no longer just eating whatever came to mind, and started tracking my blood sugar levels daily. The first thing I did was learn about foods with a low glycemic index and how to combine them into my meals. I swapped white bread for whole grain bread, replaced sugary drinks with water or lemon water, and tried to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. These changes weren't too complicated, but I noticed they made me feel healthier, and most importantly, I no longer felt sluggish or tired after meals. Although it was hard at first to adjust to these changes, I started to feel like I was gaining control over my gestational diabetes. It was a sense of pride I had never felt before. But my journey didn't stop there. Every day I learned more. From how to combine foods properly to maintaining a healthy lifestyle that would support both my health and my baby's development. After learning about my gestational diabetes, I realized that changing my diet wasn't just a temporary thing, it was a long-term change. At first, I felt like I was relearning how to eat properly, but soon I realized that this didn't just help me control my blood sugar, it also made me feel healthier, both physically and mentally. My diet began to become simple yet nutritionally complete. I learned that eating several smaller meals throughout the day, instead of 3 big meals, was a great way to keep my blood sugar stable. Instead of choosing high glycemic foods, I started picking more natural options like fresh fruit, leafy greens, beans, and nuts. One of the biggest changes I made was that I began eating breakfast every day. Before, I often skipped breakfast because I didn't feel hungry in the morning. But when I started changing my diet, I found that a full breakfast helped me sustain my energy throughout the day. My breakfast typically consisted of whole grain cereal, some unsweetened yogurt, and a few berries. These foods provided me with enough energy and kept my blood sugar levels steady throughout the morning. I also learned to prepare my breakfast the night before to save time the next morning. This helped me feel more relaxed and not rushed. At lunchtime, I usually had a light yet nutritious meal, including a salad with leafy greens, grilled chicken, and a bit of quinoa. I avoided processed foods and tried to eat as many natural foods as possible to ensure my body was getting the necessary vitamins and minerals. I also added nuts like chia seeds or flax seeds to my meals, as they are great for health. I can't deny that changing my eating habits initially was a big challenge. However, looking back, I realized that these small changes had a huge impact on my health. My blood sugar stabilized, I felt less tired, and my mental health improved. Moreover, I realized that these changes weren't just beneficial for me, but they also helped me prepare to nurture a healthy child. I knew that with these healthy eating habits, I would be able to take better care of my child once they were born. As I look back on my journey, from the time I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes to where I am now, I feel incredibly proud. It wasn't easy to change my eating habits, especially when I was so used to unhealthy foods and habits. But I learned that changing my diet not only helped me manage gestational diabetes, but also led to a healthier life overall, both physically and mentally. When my baby was born, I felt proud of all I had done to ensure both my child's and my own health. A healthy diet not only helped me reduce the risks associated with gestational diabetes, but it also helped me recover quickly after childbirth. I no longer felt tired or worried about my health. My story is proof that changing your diet can make a huge difference in your life. It wasn't an easy journey, but each step along the way made me stronger. The small changes in my eating habits and lifestyle didn't just help me control gestational diabetes. They helped me live a healthier, more energetic life. And to every mother out there facing gestational diabetes, I want to say, you're not alone. You can overcome this and you can do it with strength. Remember, small changes make a big difference. Be persistent, love yourself, and take care of your body, because your health and your baby's health matter.